When did you guys decide to get pregnant?
We decided when your your father actually decided that he wanted to have a child when he was young. We're already in a good place as far as jobs and our careers and already owned a house and stuff like that. So it wasn't probably the best decision for a 21-year-old, 22-year-old at the time. When you look back on it, it's kind of crazy, I guess, but then it's like you also want to grow up with your kid a little bit and be able to do all the things. And also it's kind of a plus to be 40 when your kid's 18 because you still have life left. I don't know. The very first person I told besides your dad was your Aunt Trisha, and then we went and washed our cars like 21-year-olds do. So, um, and then yeah, of course, everybody was super excited because you were the first grandkid. So you're the first grandkid on both sides of the family. So everybody was very supportive, and yeah, that labor wasn't bad. I mean, it's a good thing I only had one kid to get an epidural, so pretty didn't feel anything. Anybody that has a kid knows. I mean, that it's 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 all the feelings. It's fucking scared, happy. I mean, I can't. It's literally every feeling you can possibly imagine. And then every feeling, because now I'm looking back on it as a 44-year-old woman at 22, is just freaking crazy. I had you like 7 o'clock at night, and then like your father had worked the night before because he worked graveyard shift, and we went in early in the morning. He didn't get any sleep. All the things. Um, I remember you were sleeping next to me in your crib. He had went home to go to bed. No, 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 no. I take that back. He was there with us, but you were crying. I couldn't sleep. He was asleep, and they're like, they say bring the baby to the nursery at any point in time. Like that's what they're there for and all that. And I remember taking you to the nursery and then walking back to the room and just bawling. Like, if I can't take care of my baby right now, how the hell am I going to take care of this kid when I get home? And Trevor's over there sleeping, and like, so that was more like I guess I felt like I had it the whole time I was pregnant. Like, I've got this, you can easily do a nursery, organize, work, do all the things, and then that kid pops out, and it's like, fuck. Okay, I wrote this 8801, so it was literally the day I found out that I was having a daughter. I had read a story about a girl whose mother had written a letter for her and had given it to her many years later, and how much it meant to her and stuff. And like I was like, that's pretty cool. So that was my first. That was what gave me the idea, I guess you could say. And I thought about it when I first got pregnant, but I wanted to wait until I knew the sex, because that way I was like, I can have, I just make it more personal, like know who I'm writing a letter to, kind of thing. And it was also a week before my birthday, where I was about to turn 22, so I was probably like, I don't know, all the feels. So it says, Dear Treasure, I've been wanting to write you this letter since I found out I was pregnant, but I decided to wait till I found out if you were a boy or girl so I could make it more personal. Today, 8801, exactly 1 week before my 22nd birthday, I found out I am going to have a beautiful baby girl. I am 5 months pregnant, or 22 weeks to be exact. I just started feeling you move a couple of weeks ago, and now you don't stop. It's one of the greatest things I've ever felt in my life. I love you so much, and me and your dad are so excited we cannot wait for you to come out. Your birthday is predicted to be December 10th, but that is usually never right. Well, I'm going to quit rambling on and get to the point. Since the day I found out I was pregnant, my life has changed for the better. I promise to love you with all my heart for the rest of your life. I will do anything within my power to make your life happy. I know sometimes you'll probably hate me for one reason or another, but everything I do will only be because I love you and will be trying to make you into a wonderful, responsible adult. I can't wait until I get to hold you in my arms. I have so many hopes and dreams for you, and I promise to try and be the greatest mother I can be for you and the greatest gift. You are the greatest gift I've ever been given. I love you and I can't wait to see you. You are my angel, Mommy.
How does it feel reading that?
For me to read this letter and to see you, how you've grown, what you've turned into, what I think you're going to be, an amazing adult. It, I don't even know. I guess euphoria. Like it's amazing because it makes me feel so lucky, and I guess you could say blessed. You know, I'm not religious, but I don't know what other word to use besides that. That, you know, it is a lot of fucking luck too. You know, it's hard work raising a kid. It's hard work. It's everything, but it's also like one wrong move and one wrong step, and it can be completely different. So that's how I feel right now reading this letter. Is just lucky, proud, happy to be where we are.
Those tapes that have been sitting in my bedroom for a really long time that I've never been able to watch, I went and got digitized to use in the documentary. And I figure you either probably haven't seen them before, or maybe...
I haven't seen them in a long time.
Yeah.
Holy crap, your dad looks young. He looks like a little kid. I don't know. I mean, it's just crazy. Like, just crazy. Oh, that's when the bird shit on me. Birds always pooped on me. There's my sister. Trisha. I'm not a good camera person. Those lamps were my granny's. She was a very emotional person. I think you seeing those videos like that, when you said like how hard was it to move up here, like that's kind of that was the hard part, is like those good times that I'm taking you away from, you know, specifically like I said, me, Trisha, you know, the fact that you didn't get to grow up, and of course you're way older than your cousins, but I think if we would have stayed in Panama City, like, she would be like a second mom to you, and I know she would, because I know Trisha, and so in that sense, like, taking you away just from her really was hard, because you were kind of like, you were everybody's first kid, you know, you were mine, my sister's, Trisha's, like, they learned how to take care of their kids because of you. And so watching that and just how close we were back then as a family, like, we were super close. I remember one of my favorite Thanksgivings to this day, I mean, will always be, is my mom was already sick, so she couldn't really do Thanksgiving anymore, and I want to say maybe you were 2, might have been right before you turned 3, so it was probably that Thanksgiving. We had it at our house. We had your dad's whole family, Fabi, Papa, Shishi, Ben, all of our friends, my mom, Greg, my sister, I cooked. I mean, I cooked for days. I cooked so much food. I look back on it now and I don't know if I could even do that now without having a kid and working and everything. But it was the best Thanksgiving I ever had, and I'll never have another one like that because you can't recreate stuff like that. And as you get older, you just realize to just cherish the times you have. And so that's what watching those videos do, is make me remember really all the good times we had. And maybe if we would have stayed in Florida, it would have turned out okay, and everything, and you would have turned out the exact amazing, awesome person you are and everything. But